Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about the new guy. Well, he might not be new when you're watching this video, but this is going to be a deep dive into Gilroy. So, I'm going to try to explain to you everything, at least everything that I know about this guy as he stands right now. He's been in the game for like 2 days. 2 days. And the overall consensus is that he's very, very mid, or that he just sucks. So, let's try to go over Gilroy. So, if anything, this guy just looks cool, right? Like, come on. Dragon Man looks freaking awesome. Looks freaking awesome. So where do we start? Let's start with his passives. Why? Because the passives are basically carry over to every relic that you could possibly get. So his passive number 1 is, when using a skill, just a skill, 100% independent chance to grant each bull favor ally attack increase 2. All right, so who do I think of when I think of the bulls? I think of Lot. I think of Gawain. I think of Arthur. And then Clementine and maybe Ackland. I'm not sure, but those are the bulls. So attack increase 2. That's not that bad. If you get this maxed out, then it's going to give it's going to increase the number of turns to 3. And since it's on a 3-turn cooldown, it basically means that you're going to be perpetually giving your bull allies attack up to for the entire battle, pretty much, which is awesome, right? So a little bit of support there. He is an attacker though, which is kind of weird. And you see he's got a leader effect that only affects Frozen Plain and the Fortress of Arcelis. Grants all allies effect accuracy plus 20. He's basically a legendary version of Ackland, but disguised as a damage dealer. Anywho, passive 2. Merciless Sadist. Sounds like a good metal band. Cooldown of 4, and you can't reduce that further unless it's something in his chivalries. When attempting to inflict recovery disruption, so basically heal block, 100% chance to charge vigor or basically generate vigor by 1, and this can be made by 2 if you max it out. So more vigor is always nice. Always nice, especially if you're going to build this guy as a damage dealer where you're going to need a little bit more vigor. But when attempting, so it doesn't matter. You don't have to inflict it. It's just when attempting to inflict. So 4-turn cooldown, which is fairly long. And this one's really cool, actually. When you see it in action, it works really well, but it's so niche. So you can reduce this cooldown to 2. So passive cooldown reduced by 2, or by 1. So you can take this 2, but you can only use this 2 times unless you get more chivalries. I do believe it's Chivalry 3. When attacking, 100% chance to inflict healing decay on the selected target for 1 turn. Now, you can make this go to 2 turns at level 3, so when you max it out. But what is healing decay? Restores target HP, but takes a set amount of damage in return. That reads kind of weird. Basically, what this is a heal flip. So if you put this debuff on a character and then they try to heal, they're not going to heal and they're going to take a massive amount of damage instead. So you're going to get to see this in action in this video. So it's really cool when it happens, but it's so niche. So niche. And you can only do this 2 times, and you can bump this up to 4 with his Chivalry 3. So that's his passives, all kind of revolving around that heal block or recovery disruption. Then he's got the decay mechanic, and then he gives attack up to his bull favor allies. Now, relics. So this guy comes in Frost. That's his default weapon. Now, currently in the game, there's no way to get the other weapons. If you are watching this in the future, then we'll talk about the other ones. So Frost it's okay, but Wind is the best. So let's go through the Frost first. So his S1, attack 1 enemy 3 times. It's a attack modifier with a 50% chance, and you can make this a 60% chance at level 5 for the last hit, the last one, to inflict recovery disruption for 2 turns. So on his S1, he's basically doing kind of what Ackland did on his S2, which is fine, recovery disruption. His S2 is a non-attacking ability, which no one likes. No one likes non-attacking abilities. He's going to sacrifice 20% of his max HP. Then he's going to get effect accuracy increase 3. I don't know why that was hard to say. This can be increased to 2 turns if you take it up to level 3. 100% chance to gain attack speed increase 2 for 1 turn, and 100% chance to charge his attack gauge by 100%. So, would you want to use this? Is this good? So, these are just buffs to himself. If you wanted to build him without any effect accuracy and just rely on this, I guess you could. The problem is that you can get into like a loop with this ability because it's 100% chance to charge his attack gauge by 100%. So you could use it, but then if you have it on auto, say, and you have this prioritized, it's just going to repeat this over and over again until you run out of vigor. 100% chance to increase the enemy's recovery disruption duration by 1 turn. So he's going to extend out those heal blocks. But overall, I don't know if I like this. And then his S3 is attack all enemies 2 times, so it's an AoE. Total damage is okay, but nothing great for an attacker. If the target has recovery disruption, heal block, deal additional damage 1 time, only 50% attack, and you can take this up to, I guess, 64, because you see down here additional damage, plus 14. And then a measly, I don't know if that's the right word, measly 35% chance. Although it says an independent chance. So when I read this, it's like he has an independent chance every time. So there's 2 times, 3 times. So there's a 35% chance to inflict recovery disruption for 1 turn. So he applies it on his S1, and then he applies it again on his S3. So a lot of places where you can have recovery disruption or the heal block in his kit. Now, what I think is the better relics, though, fire is more, well, it's a cooler looking weapon. But fire, you see that his S2 is actually an attack. It's an AoE attack. He's not giving himself all those buffs, but it does the same thing where it increases recovery disruption turns by 1. But I kind of like the fact that, yeah, he's not going to get that attack speed up. He's not going to get that effect accuracy up that you get with the frost. But I do like the fact that it's an attack. And then the S3 on the fire is, it's not an AoE now. Now it's attack 1 enemy. And then the same thing. If the target had heal block, deal additional damage, 45% chance to inflict recovery disruption for 2 turns. So, and I think this can be 3 turns. You can make this out to 3. So that's his S3 is a single target in fire. It's an AoE in frost. Okay. I kind of think if you're going to use this guy primarily for Aldry, I kind of like this better. Right? 45% chance to inflict recovery disruption for 2 turns. You can make this 3 turns. So his S3 is longer applying this. His S2 is an attack. Right? So you could go on auto S3, S2. He's going to apply the recovery disruption with his S3, right? His S3, and then when he gets to those points where he's not going to have 3 vigor, he's going to fall back to his S2, and he's going to extend those recovery disruptions. So that's his fire. I think his fire feels better. You just got to understand that you're going to be losing that AoE. And really, the AoE doesn't really matter. This isn't a big enough attack. There's not enough attack multipliers to really make it feel good, I think. And then we'll get into his wind. And his wind is also a single target attack on his S3. And it basically does the same thing. Deals additional damage, 80% chance. So there's a higher chance, a lot higher chance to inflict this recovery disruption. But it's only going to be 1 turn, and there's no way to increase the turns. So it's only a 1 turn recovery disruption. But the damage multipliers are a lot higher. And you can take this up to 100% chance to inflict recovery disruption if you max it out. So S3 feels better to inflict the recovery disruption. It feels better given that it's going to hit harder. Because look at this, 35% chance to inflict it. That you cannot run Aldry and rely on this to apply. So wind, I feel, is just better. It's higher attack rate and a 100% chance to inflict recovery disruption. Even though it's one turn, if he does his S3 over and over and over again, which he won't, but if he, he's going to do it the majority of the time, I'd rather take 100. I really would rather take 100, especially if you're going in on Aldry, because if you miss that recovery or that heal block once, it sets you back. It sets you back bad. And then the S2, again, it's a non-attack. You're getting crit strike rate increase 3, which is like 80%. So you can basically ignore crit rate. You can only build them for 20% crit rate. And then build the rest for attack or crit damage. Crit damage, ideally, better. Attack speed increase 2 for 1 turn. And then 100% independent chance to increase the recovery disruptions. So I kind of like the wind. I would set him up going S3, S2. Because he's going to apply it on the S3. And then he's going to do this. And you see it's a 100% chance to only give himself 60% attack gauge, though. But then when he comes around, he uses S3 again and hit, he's going to hit harder, and he might actually do a little bit of damage. And then this one is the same thing. Attack one enemy 3 times. 60% chance for the last hit to apply a recovery disruption. You can bump that up to 2 turns and 70%. So he comes in Frost, but I do like his Wind or Fire better. But Frost is all we have to deal with. Now when it comes to gearing this guy, if you have the Wind Relic, then, as we just kind of touched on, you don't have to build them. You don't have to build them for a lot of crit rate to be able to crit. Again, I don't know why I'm having such trouble speaking. So this is how I currently have him built. He's an attacker, right? Now there is an argument for not building him like this. So since his attacks aren't that great, you could build him put him in like a vigor set and a crit set. So you're kind of double dipping a little bit. You're in a vigor set because you're going to be wanting to spam those S3s. You're going to need the vigor, even though he gives himself a little bit of vigor. But since he's an attacker, you also kind of want to build him for attack stats. But do you, given the fact that he doesn't hit that hard? So this is how I currently have him built. But just when I'm describing the build, guys, keep in mind that there's definitely some variety to how you should build him. And I don't know if this is the correct way right now. I'm sure the community will figure that out. But I've got him for 63% crit rate. He does get more when you get him into his up there chivalries. Some crit damage is okay. 205 speed. You see his effect accuracy. Without putting him in an accuracy set, I got it up to 75%, which is I'd say that's a when you're wanting to apply debuffs, I'd say you want to be around 75 or north of 75% effect accuracy. But to do that, basically, you see I got an effect accuracy neck with some decent substats, attack speed, attack, and I got an effect accuracy belt. Right? So I would, since his main thing is all about these recovery disruptions, I would build him with effect accuracy neck and an effect accuracy belt. I do have him in an attack speed ring and an attack speed orb. Is there an argument for hit accuracy? Maybe. But I think attack speed's ideal right now. And again, you see I have him in 2 damage sets and then a crit set. Although, like I was saying, you could swap out. You could run like a vigor set and a crit set. But I don't have that, so this is how I've built right now. But keep that in mind. There's 2 ways to skin this cat. And then this is obviously crit rate, right? Because you got to get that crit rate up there. If he's an attacker, you want him to crit, even though he doesn't hit that hard. So those are my stats. Tell me what you think in the comment section below if that's correct gearing. Now let's go into his chivalries. So I have 0, And he does get better with his chivalries, but this is how the majority of you are going to have him if you pulled him on this banner. So his C1, so this is his, I do believe it's his P1. And basically it's giving you, at the start of battle, 100% chance to inflict effect resistance decrease 2 on each enemy for 2 turns. Right? What does effect resistance decrease 2 means? It means that, say, say Aldry, he's frost, right? So if you got a wind attacker, that wind attacker is going to do more damage against him, right? It's lowering his... That's not true. Effect resistance is the ability to withstand applying debuffs. So he's going to do that. It's going to make it easier for him to apply the debuffs and for your team to apply debuffs. I was totally wrong on that first one. Disregard it, how I initially spoke that. Effect resistance, okay. Nothing crazy. This one, Enduring Mark. This is his P3, that decay ability. Doubles the number of skill uses, so from 2 to 4. And then ignores the target's effect resistance, so the ability to resist having debuffs applied, when attempting to inflict healing decays. So this will basically never get blocked or disrupted. You will always land that healing decay that's on his P3. And then this one, this is his P2. So skill enhancement reduces the skill cooldown by 2. All right, do you need a refresher on what P2 does? So it's a 4-turn cooldown. It generates the vigor when he's trying to inflict recovery disruption. So dropping that by 2 is actually pretty good. So if you got this maxed, you're basically going to be able to generate 2 vigor every 2 turns. Every 2 turns. Very good. So that's a really good one. So the most effective ones, C1 is nice, but it's not game-changing. C3 is actually really, really, really good, and then his C4 is also good. This is just attack and effect accuracy. You see you got a little effect accuracy there, and then you got your attack. And then this one, which is his C8, is also good, but nothing game-breaking. At the start of battle, 100% chance to grant each ally acidic humors for the rest of battle. Okay, which basically means they're going to deal extra damage when they're attacking someone with recovery disruption. So it's basically going to make the Aldry fights really quick, especially if you got Bedivere in there slapping when this guy's got this debuff up there, or when Aldry's got the debuff up there. So that's really good. That's just basically a big old damage ramp to your team. And then effect accuracy on the C9, and I lied, there is no crit rate in his kit. So that's his chivalries. So now, all that said, kind of an interesting kit. You see that he's completely built around applying recovery disruption, and then when that's done, is he's got a little bit of vigor generation, and then if you got him at C8, you're basically going to ramp damage for your whole team. But recovery disruption is his go-to thing, and that kind of makes him niche because you don't need recovery disruption in. You don't need it in PvP. It's really not a big deal. No one runs recovery or a healer usually at high-end PvP. So where are you going to use this guy? Well, I opened this up so I could show you in here, and I was hoping that since he gives that attack boost to bull allies, I was hoping he would help me with this guy. But old Clementine here, she can't heal me enough. She can't heal me enough through this fight, and my guys just die. Right? So that's it's a AoE heal, remove debuffs, attack, heal lowest allies. So yeah, she sucks. I might have to put her in like a heal set in order to maybe get through this, but I don't need to bore you guys with that, but I will show you a fight. In fact, let's show you 10. Let's show you 10, even though I'm not going to beat it. Okay, start battle. So let's take this off auto. And let's see how it goes. So, start a battle. This is what he's giving. Actually, I don't know. Is it this ignore resistance? Is that coming from him? I think that's coming from him. But when he does an ability, he's going to give that attack up. So, let's see if we can't make this guy come to our team. We did not. Alright. So now when he does an ability, and we are going to do his AoE. Boom, boom. So we applied 1 Mark of Decay on the primary target. Didn't apply any recovery disruptions. But now you see that he's given that attack up, that 40%, to the rest of his team for 2 turns. Which is nice, right? Some more attack. More attack is nice. So let's get Gawain rolling here. Wham, wham. Wham, wham. So you kind of want to make sure that Gawain is clocked after Gilroy, because then otherwise he's not going to be hitting with his C. He's not going to be hitting as hard. He's not going to have that attack buff. So I can't heal because I don't have any vigor. So let's attack this one. Boom. Alright, we healed a little bit. Healed a little bit. Let's see if we can't get this guy on our team. We did. Alright. Cool, cool. Alright, now what should we do? Should we give ourselves some buffs? Should we give ourselves some buffs? Sure, let's try it. Let's try it. Alright. Oh, and he gets to go again. We're going to burn all that vigor, and wham wham. Boom boom. So now... Ooh. Oh, okay. Cool. So now she's asleep. Great, we can't heal. So you see that he did apply a brainwash. That's coming from Lot's kit. So now that it is heat and day, let's just use an S2. Go wham. Wham, wham, wham. This guy's going to die anyway, so let's go boom, boom. He skipped a turn because he was brainwashed. Let's not hurt ourselves again. And look at Clementine has slept for 2 turns, which is useless. Useless. Alright. And he's going to die of shame. Alright, we're not too bad, right? We're not too bad, although, you know, his health is a lot lower than I'd like it. Alright, so what should we try to do to this guy? Let's do the big old S3. Boom! That's actually okay damage. Swing away, Meryl. And then she falls asleep for 2 turns, and we're not going to get heals. Oh, Clementine sucks. Boom, boom. I want you in my room. Yeah. Oh, well, at least she woke up. Alright, what do we want to do? What do we want to do? What do we want to do? Okay. I want to just do an S1. You see, didn't do nothing. Swing away, Meryl. Alright, now here's the heal. Heal us up. There we go. Oh, yeah. Okay, attack. Good, you actually did something. Can we brainwash this guy? No. No, we can't. And, of course, he stuns my healer. Yeah. S3. 6,000 damage. Nothing crazy. Well, since Clementine's stunned, we're just not getting a whole lot of damage out of this puppy. What should we do? What should we do? What should we do? I don't know. Let's just do his S1. I don't want to take any more health away. I don't want to use his S2. Save us, Lot. Save us. Wham, wham. We're gonna die. Oh, and then she sleeps herself and we don't get a heal, and now he's gonna come in and he's gonna kill us really, really, really badly. He's gonna hurt us so bad, and we're all dead. Thanks, Clem. Thanks, Clem. Let's check out the stats. So you see Gawain, you know, he did... Gilroy did just a little bit more damage than Clementine. She's a support, and he's an attacker. That says a lot. That says a lot right there. So, is he helpful there? I think I would much rather just use Arthur. Arthur Wind would hit this guy so much harder. And yeah, we're missing out on that attack buff. But we don't need heal block at all in this fight. That's totally redundant. So is he good here? No. No, he's not good there. So now let's run him in Aldry. Let's show you guys what his primary use is going to be. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. I want you in my room. Okay. And then we get to show off that healing decay. So the problem that I found is I'm probably gonna take him out of this team. Because if I want to land those heal blocks, which you have to here, you have to. In Frost, his S3, 35% chance, I can't rely on that. So what, do I just have him in using his S1 the whole time? You know, there's no bull allies on this unless you want to bring in Arthur. So, and Arthur can work, right? So, you know, that's probably a thing. You could probably pair him with Arthur in here. But, yeah, I can't rely on this S3, and it's expensive. And then also, in order to land that healing decay, which has such limited uses, you'll see for me to make it line up, I have to run Morgan in a speed set, which is not ideal. So here, I'll show you. We'll show you how this goes. And we'll see. It works like this, but I have to have her in that frickin' speed set in order to line up his healing decay when the boss is hibernating. So there's the first healing decay. You see it on the boss, which is going to do nothing here. It's just going to roll off now after the boss takes a turn. It's just going to roll off without having done anything. There, it's gone. So what's he doing? He's not doing much. I'll show you how I got him set up here. So I just got him doing his S3 and then his S1. I don't have him doing his S2 because he's just going to give himself 100% turn meter, and he's going to just waste all of my team's vigor. So now he's going to go here and do nothing. He did not land healing decay. He did not land healing immunity. And I want to see the boss go to sleep. Okay, here we go. So he did his S1 there, and he did apply that healing disruption, which is he has to. And then here's healing decay. So I want to show you guys something. So now that he's got it, while the bear is in sleep mode, the bear does have recovery disruption and this healing decay. So watch his health now when he wakes up. We're going to put it in slow motion here. So wait. Did we just lose it? No, we still got it. It's just down here. We still got the debuffs. Now watch his health bar when he wakes up. Watch this. It's a thing of beauty when this lines up. Boom! We just chunked off about... Well, that looked like about 25-30% of his health bar. Just gone. Just gone. And now we'll speed it back up. So if anything, this did kind of drastically speed up my run, because taking that much health off of Aldry when he's sub 50%, it takes a little time to do that, to chunk that damage away. So does he work here? Yes, but it seems like it's just on such weak footing to make it line up right. And this is the fight that he's meant to be in. Now, I do think that if you get him in like his Wind Relic, and maybe you put him in a Vigor set, once he's more developed, then you can use him in here. But that's a bad model where you need this guy. He's a brand new hero. He's cool looking, but you need him in a different relic, and you need him built up to at least a C3, C4. When you could just run Akalan. Where is the little guy? He's way over here. You can just run Akalan, and you get the exact... Well, so he gives attack up, so he's going to be giving you more attack, whereas Gilroy is going to be giving you that effect accuracy. You could just run Akalan and be fine. Like, he's like the most not needed hero in the game. It's crazy. You know, aside from being cool to look at, he really doesn't bring anything special to the game. So I think we'll leave her there, ladies and gentlemen. Like, I wouldn't even... Where would I put him on a PvP team? I have my tab pulled up here. Let's go look. I'll show you. Because I was trying to figure this out today. We'll go this window. So I was trying to be like, where do I put him? And what I came up with, where did I slot him in? I put him with this team, this offense team, with Gawain, just because prior to that, I think I had this guy in there. Because I don't have Vivian or Iwaret. So I'm trying to make up my PvP teams for Clan vs. Clan. And before him, I think I had him in there just as like a tank, a taunting tank. But what Gilroy can bring to this team is literally just buffing Gawain. That's literally all he's going to do for this team. So he does, bottom line, I guess, is what I'm trying to say, is he has like very, very little uses. Which is unfortunate, being he looks so cool. So I think we're going to wrap that one up right there. Tell me what you think of Gilroy down in the comments section. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's great. Maybe I'm just not interpreting his kit right. Tell me what you think. The word of the day is going to be dragon, because he looks like a man dragon. So let's make it man dragon. There we go. Man dragon. Put that in the comment section below, and I'll respond, and I'll thank you, and I'll heart your comment. Click on all the links in the description. We are currently in the 1 week time where you have to extend your support to your favorite content creator in the Netmarble CC program. So if you're one of my supporters, I thank you. Thank you profusely. Thank you very, very much from the bottom of my heart. But yeah, go over to your My page and extend your support. Otherwise, it'll just kick you out. It'll cause you to not support anybody, and you'll have to do it again anyway. So, little heads up there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna wrap this one up. Man Dragon is the comment of the day. Check out all the links in the description. Cheers, peace, bye bye.